Good morning. I hope you are well. I miss you already. I thought I'd make you a video today about the box method. I know you learned it yesterday, and I thought it'd be nice if you had a video that you could refer to in case you forget how to do it. Also, if your parents haven't learned this method, this will be a helpful video for them if they need to help you. So let's get started. Okay, so our first problem is 8,656 divided by 5. Remember, this is our dividend. This is the larger number that we're going to be separating into equal groups. This is our divisor. This tells us how many groups we want to divide it into. So remember, when we're doing box method, we want to write out the dividend with a bunch of spaces in between them. And then when I draw the boxes around them, I like to go really close to the end of each number. And that leaves me plenty of space in front of the number to add the other numbers. And then I stick my divisor on the outside, and then I start. Okay, so the first thing I want to look at is this 8. How many groups of 5 can I get out of 8? Well, let's list our multiples of 5 over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We can stop there for a minute. So we can see right here, 5 and 10 are our closest numbers. 10 is too large, so we're going to have to stick with 5. So we can only get one group of 5 out of 8. Now this step right here, I'm going to multiply. And if it helps you, draw a little X to remind you that you're multiplying. 1 times 5 equals 5, and I write it right under that 8. Then I'm going to subtract this out. 8 subtract 5 equals 3. Okay, now this is the important part to remember. If you were in Miss Georges's class, she taught you the song Move It, Move It. I like to move it, move it. So we're going to move it up to this 6. Move that 3 right up to that 6. And now we have made the number 36. Okay. So now we're going to look at 36. How many groups of 5 can we get out of 36? We did our multiples down here. Let's see if we can add a few more. 35, 40. Okay, I can see 35 would be our closest. So we can get 7 groups of 5 out of 36. Remember, again, we're multiplying. 7 times 5 equals 35. Subtract that from 36. That gives me 1. All right, move it, move it. Move it up to this, next to this 5, making the number 15. Okay, all right, so let's look at 15. How many groups of 5 can we get out of 15? Well, we immediately see that 15 is a multiple of 5, so we can get 3 groups of 5 out of 15. 3 times 5 equals 15. Subtract that out. That gives us a 0. Okay, now just because you have a 0, you still need to move it up to the 6, just so you don't forget to do the steps or you'll mess up your problem. So we're going to move it next to that 6. All it's making is just a number 6 with a 0 in front of it, but that way we don't get confused. All right, how many groups of 5 can we get out of 6? Well, we can only get 1. 1 times 5 equals 5. Subtract that from 6. That gives me 1. Okay, now I'm finished, but an important thing I want to remember is to circle this last number. That last number is going to be my remainder. And I want to move it up here because it's part of my quotient. So that gives me a remainder of 1. There was one number in there that didn't quite fit in equally. Okay, now another important thing to remember is your answer is up here on top. Some people get confused and they think these numbers down here are your answer. They are not. This is not your answer. This up here is your answer. So be careful that you remember that. All right, so the answer to our problem is 8,656 divided by 5 equals 1,731 with a remainder of 1.